Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the TNT Championship. I was really enjoying this match up until the finish. The finish was whack and just weak. It made Samoa Joe look like a punk. And I just don't get it. Like in this match, Samoa Joe was looking like a beast. He hit several like power moves, some submission wrestling. He was great. But the way that they have treated Samoa Joe, he comes into AEW looking so dominant, and then he gets beat by people who should not have defeated him, and the way that they beat him just did not make any sense to me. Now Wardlow, when he came in, I'm sorry, last year, his run with AEW was hot, and then AEW just messed it up. Having him in these ridiculous matches and not going anywhere, not using his, not, he just like he lost his momentum. And it's just because of the booking. So in this match, I feel like I really didn't care about Wardlow. I mean, yes, this guy, he has a good look, he's a good, power wrestler or whatever, but just, I think his hype has died down. The booking has been just awful with Wardlow and Samoa Joe. But overall, it was a decent match. But the finish, what they did to Samoa Joe was just like, yeah, very questionable, very questionable. And Wardlow, without the hair, like the haircut that he has, it's just not the same. It's not the same. And I'm not. And I guess I'm thinking that maybe Wardlow could not have. I don't know. Was he? I don't. I'm not sure if he would have been able to pick up Samoa Joe to give him the power bomb. And he did give Samoa the power bomb when he was on the turnbuckle, but I don't know if he would have been able to pick up Samoa Joe 3 or 4 times. So I don't know if that's the reason why they went with that finish. But it was just kind of weak. And then also with Wardlow, what was going on with his attire? Like his singlet, it was just weird. It was so short. It was like, it was a cross between underwear and a singlet. It was just kind of weird. It's like, come on now. What do you wear? Showing off his cheeks and everything. It was just kind of funny. Um, the next match was the match of the night. My favorite match. MJF. MJF versus Bryan Danielson. That match was incredible. And I will tell you, the pacing of this pay per view was actually pretty good. But when that last match came on, I was like 60 more minutes. I was thinking, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not sure about this. But once they started wrestling, Bryan Danielson and MJF, I was into the match. They just both did a great job. Great job, great spots. The match was intense. It was just a lot of fun. It was just really a great match. I think it was just one of the best matches, I will say. Definitely. MJF just looked very impressive. We all know that Bryan Danielson is a great wrestler, and also MJF, he's a good wrestler as well. But just he looked really good in this match. He knows how to take control and um, get the crowd, yelling and shouting and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, he's really a master at that stuff. Some of the moves that I really like, or some of the spots I would say, when MJF hit the hammer lock DDT, also the power bomb to the backbreaker. I've seen that a couple times by MJF, but I just really like those two moves by him. And then also, which I thought this was pretty cool, when Bryan Danielson was trying to skin the cat and MJF kicked him, and then he did the Shawn Michaels pose. So that was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. This was a back and forth match. It was definitely a great match. As we know, I'm not going to go into like all the moves, but this match went to overtime. And then, of course, that little sneaky little MJF had to cheat to win. So it was a great match. Like I said, overall, this was a really good pay per view.